There are three different body types that they kind of use in the fitness industry. Now, there's lots of different variations that people might fall in between these, but these are a good rule of thumb to look at is ectomorph, endomorph, and mesomorph. So ectomorph is going to be a real skinny person, someone who naturally has a high metabolism and stays lean. Endomorph is going to be someone who puts on muscle fairly easily, has a V-taper, classic bodybuilder. And mesomorph is someone who's either pear-shaped or maybe square-shaped, usually puts on fat easily, and is more of a bigger body type. You might fall somewhere between these, but these are kind of what we'll just use as a rule of thumb to look at as where you might fall and why you might want to look at your training and how it compares to these. Now, there's a lot of different things I've talked about in some other videos about about your bone structure. So, how small your joints are, where your muscles attach, and your tendons and ligaments and things like that. And what you're going to be looking at as far as the different variations and how easy or how hard it might be for you to look muscular or look big because of where your muscles attach. There's some research of how big someone can actually get based on their body size. And if you just think about some real simple logic, if you have really small wrists and bones, then you're probably not going to put on massive amounts of weight naturally because your body isn't designed to do that. It's made with a small frame, you're not going to put on massive amounts of weight naturally. Now, if you get into anabolic steroids and performance-enhancing drugs, then that's a whole different story. You can put on crazy amounts of mass no matter what. So there's also a book called The Sports Gene, which talks about the genes involved with performance and how Olympic athletes, they've done research and there are certain genes that make someone predispositioned to be excellent in certain areas. Apparently there's a tribe in Africa or an area in Africa that produces excellent sprinters just based on genetics, and they are already predispositioned to be excellent in that area. So when you start looking at Olympians and Olympic events, granted they have to put in their 10,000 hours, but there's also a gene that makes them excel in those events, as a rule of thumb. Now, we are, as humans, very adaptable. We can do many different things and progress many different ways. There's different muscle fiber types that allow us to excel in different areas. So even someone who might not be genetically predispositioned could still see some great progress moving toward another body type. But we don't want to have someone who's an ectomorph who's trying to train and put on muscle mass following the same type of program as a mesomorph, because a mesomorph should be doing something with lower rest periods, faster pace in order to get their heart rate up because they're trying to lose weight. Now, they might be trying to add some muscle along the way, but their primary goal is probably going to be to lose weight. So they don't need to be eating the same, they don't need to be doing the same type of program as an ectomorph who's trying to add mass. An ectomorph would be better suited putting some rest periods in, making sure that they are getting a lot of weight, making sure that they are eating a lot, making sure that they're doing things in order to gain muscle mass. And in order to put on weight, they're going to have a completely different program than mesomorph would. Now, they might both be able to do some similar exercises. They might both be able to do the same progress and the same program and get a lot of progress. But if you want the optimum results and you want to do it in the fastest way possible, then you want a program that's going to be suited for you. And it's something that's going to help you, your body type, and make sure that you are getting the results you need. So you don't need to be following someone else's example. Now, if by chance you don't want to listen to that and you don't want to look for a specific program based for you, and you are just going to be one of those people who looks at someone in the gym and follows what they do, then you would be better suited following the example of someone who is similar to your body type. I would use that as a rule of thumb if I'm picking someone, as opposed to just the best looking person in the gym or the person who has the body that I want. Because you might want an endomorph body, and most people do because they have a muscular build. But if you're a mesomorph or an ectomorph, Following that training plan isn't going to get you closer to that. But if you have a plan that's designed for your body type, it's going to help you get more muscular. So, that's what we want to look at. Don't make the mistake of training like someone else, because their body and their genetics is going to be different than what yours is.